like frostbite, burning up. Trying to read the signs, but I can't get off. And my mind's not keeping up. See you smile at me, but I'm still lost. Nothing seems to work for me. I don't wanna keep on fighting, keep on climbing up the tree. I don't wanna touch the sky anymore. Things you're not meant to see. When I go so close to flying, and nothing seems to hurt me. I'm so deep I can't even cry anymore. I'm so deep I can't even cry anymore. My eyes can't open up. Try pull myself out, but I'm still stuck. And my mind's not turning up. Latching, pulling up. Yeah, it hurts me, but not enough. Nothing seems to work for me. I don't wanna keep on fighting, keep on climbing up the tree. I don't wanna touch the sky anymore. Things you're not meant to see. When I go so close to flying, and nothing seems to hurt me. I'm so deep I can't even cry anymore. I'm so deep I can't even cry anymore.
I'm just a little bit tired, maybe a little too much. Cause now it's hitting me harder. It's just a little too tough. It feels like I'm running from the world, just like I had something to say. It feels like I can take over control. I never had it anyways. So what do you want from me? You got me feeling like I'm never enough. Just say, what do you want from me? You give me nothing when I'm waiting for love. Just say, what do you want? About getting older, maybe it's just a thing about growing up. I didn't think that life could get any colder, but now I kinda feel it in my blood. 'Cause it feels like I'm running from the world, just like I had something to say. It feels like I can take over control. I've never had it anyways. Say, what do you want from me? Oh, you got me feeling like I'm never enough. What do you want from me? You give me nothing when I'm waiting for love. What do you want?
Hey there, friends. What is going on? Happy Sunday. Welcome to Stream Night. Super pumped to be with you guys because I skipped last week, and that was for a very good reason, as you guys have seen on the channel. It's been a lot going on, right? A lot of Expedition 33. We've got some other stuff in the hopper that we're working on. Obviously, more Expedition 33. We're going to talk a lot about that game throughout the night, probably, but we'll talk about it specifically in a little bit. But yeah, absolutely. Just been cooking on videos and shorts. If you guys have not checked this out on TikTok, we have been really hitting it hard on TikTok. I actually really enjoy the platform quite a bit. I keep getting caught on something, and it is literally dragging my head around. Really actually enjoy that platform quite a bit. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but to be honest with you, like the algorithm, whatever you want to call it, the magic behind the scenes just catches me just right. I get actually a weird mix of like gaming and basketball, which is like one of my like weird quirky hobbies. I say quirky, it's like the biggest sport ever. But yeah, I just think it's a really fascinating platform because everything on the Instagram side of things, like when we were first branching out into Instagram, or like when we were branching out into shorts, right? You've got YouTube shorts, you've got Instagram shorts or reels or whatever the hell it's called, and then you've got TikTok. And not a single one of those other than TikTok was actually actually had a good algorithm. Like my Instagram feed is a bunch of AI nonsense. It's like weird, surreal AI stuff. It's so strange. And then YouTube is like weird thirst trap stuff. I don't like YouTube shorts at all. I get some good stuff, but because Livid and I, like we log into the same YouTube, right? Because obviously we share the channel. I end up getting like the weirdest assortment of stuff, and it's just not that good. So TikTok, I really enjoy. It's quite fun. I'm the only one that's on it, so it's also like catered to me or tailored to me, not Livid and me, which I think is kind of fun too. Yeah, to Liv's point, the feeds get so strange. TikTok is pretty consistent. I don't get much there. Instagram is weird. I can't even go on Instagram anymore. It's the weirdest assortment of stuff. And then YouTube is just there. Like YouTube pushes shorts so hard, to the point where like their main page is like half shorts, half long form content now. And yeah, I don't know. It's just a thing. Anyways, super pumped to be with you guys tonight. We have got some pretty cool stuff. I will tell you, I will be gone for a couple days this week. I am headed to a secret location to check out an upcoming game. I am very excited about that. I got to tell you guys, I don't get to travel much for the channel, and we are blessed enough that like we actually get invited to quite a few places, and for the most part, we have to say no because both Livid and myself, one, work full-time jobs, and two, have families. So to have the opportunity to go somewhere that's relatively close to my home base on the East Coast and check out a new game that Livid and I are both really excited about is very cool. And then we're actually sending one of our teammates to another event next week. So like we are cruising, guys. We knew that the year was going to pick up. It's picked up in a big way. Livid's playing something right now I can't talk about. I'm still playing Expedition 33. Going to check out this other game this week. Our team member Seth, we call him Nas. He's going to check out something else the following week. Like it is busy and it is good, and I am just so thankful for you guys, as always, for hanging out with us on a Sunday night, checking out a video, whatever it may be. So we've got a lot to talk about tonight. I went to look through the feed, and yeah, I saw a ton of stuff. A lot of stuff from the week that I missed, and then some new stuff from you guys. So thank you for posting. We're up to 68 members on the subreddit here. As a reminder, if you guys are not part of the subreddit, we do this every week, every Sunday, Legacy After Dark, basically looking at things that you guys post in the chat here, whether it's a breakdown, whether it's a trailer, whether it's some news, whatever it may be. We'll look at it together, and we'll talk about it because there's a lot of good stuff going on. But there are some longer things in here, some deep dives, and some new Elden Ring, all very long. So we'll give those ones a beat. I need to get warmed up myself before I can dive into a 10-minute reaction. So I'm going to go all the way back to where we left off last time. I just want to do one or two quick trailers, and then I want to pause. I want to talk about Expedition 33 because there's a lot going on there. And one particular thing I really want to talk about. So this one has caught my eye quite a bit. What if Dark Messiah and Souls had a baby? That's Livid's. I guess Liv, I don't know if you wrote that, but that's kind of clever. This is Covenant, And this one has popped up on my feeds a few times. I haven't clicked on anything. I haven't watched it. I am super excited to check it out, though, because it's giving off that right energy, right? Like that kind of maybe Soulsy, dark fantasy vibe. And yeah, I really excited about this one. So let's check it out. As always, we will play it a few different times, talk about it on the back end. I don't even remember how to do this since it's been like a minute. I'm messing up everything. There we go. There's the loop. Here we go. This is Covenant.
You were right. The winds are changing. They've grown dissonant.
I'm getting some strong Lords of the Fallen vibe.
It was the 77th year. Dawn of the Composer War. The day
This has got to be a UE5
of
game.
Malak's
It
fall.
looks really nice. Oh, first
My
person?
eyes adapted to the dark.
A
was
great
not expecting
sword
first
guards
person.
the city, and it faces every way.
Another bird falls from its nest. Then come and let us have words. 100 kingdoms could not stop what is coming.
Physics stuff.
If you do this, you shall never see rest, save to strip the dead.
So be it.
Belial, the villain. He does not come but to kill, steal, and destroy.
Wow, what an
His
interesting
burden
looking
is now
game.
yours.
This one has me a little confused because I see it, right? And immediately, like if you see this trailer, you're like, okay, well these guys clearly lived and breathed Dark Souls for, you know, however many years it took to develop this game, because they're stealing a ton of like vibes from it, right? They're not stealing the game obviously, but they're stealing a ton of vibes from it. It's dark fantasy. You know, I think unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, like dark fantasy is going to constantly be referred back to Dark Souls forever and ever and ever until something new comes along. Even a game like Lords of the Fallen, which we loved here on the channel, like it still gets compared to Dark Souls because it looks similar enough that it's hard to break away from that comparison. This is different because it's a first-person shooter with some Souls aesthetic and elements to it, right? Like this is, and you could look at this and be like, oh, this is a new Souls game, it's a new FromSoft game, whatever. And then you see the small blips of the action, and it's really hard to tell. This one definitely needs, quite honestly, like an uncut gameplay, first 15 minutes, one of those types of videos, because I would love to see this one kind of up close, because there's some really cool physics-based stuff right there, like flipping up some environmental object, kicking it into an enemy, they dash back. Even this like parry sequence there is really cool. There's just a lot going on, and I really like it. So, and you saw those credentials at the beginning. That the credentials were like Destiny and Apex Legends and Call of Duty. Like they have the first-person shooter chops, and yeah, it's first-person shooter meets Souls, and that's kind of cool. I don't know how many games have done that. Does Witchfire technically count as a game that's done that? I think that's more of a roguelite than a Souls game. We'll see, right? Really cool-looking game. What is the studio name, Liv? Let's see. Does it say it in the description here? It doesn't say it. Let's I'll search it really quick here. Covenant. Covenant. There we go.
You were
Oh, it's
right.
Legion? Oh, jeez. Legion Studio. Rest in peace, Legion Gaming. Story
You were
for
right.
another time. Oh, there's another trailer here. This is just the official reveal trailer, but let's watch it just because we're on the Covenant train right now.
Ah, you seek the old notes. What a fool you are.
Like fowl to feed. Your kind seeks death.
Something is coming. Something greater.
I'm mean, that enemy is literally pulled from like a Souls game with the big cage on its head. Also was in Lords of the Fallen, circular cage, not a square cage, but whatever.
I saw you fall like lightning from heaven.
Ah, Legion game is
The
still a
way
great name,
forth
but
is long
I miss it
and
every day.
dark. You must be most
Legacy.
brave.
Hey, Zombified, what's up?
10,000 swords stand before you.
It's I can't remember what
And
the name of the
20,000
game is, but
knees
there is
shall
a
kneel.
there's an FPS action game where it was almost like maybe it was a Devolver game where like there was some really dynamic like kicking and punching. I don't think it was
Time
actual
is
shooter though. I think that was the
nigh.
whole premise of the game. Angerfoot, Angerchop, something like
What
that.
wilt thou
That like
do?
the sound of the kick and the look of the kick actually kind of felt a little bit like
The
that.
axe comes to fell the tree.
Some pop-ins in the trailer. That's not great. But that's
Cut
okay.
it all down.
Adversity become your fetish. Hardship your home. The hero of old.
I like the Mjolnir like weapon that he has there. We saw it in the other trailer too.
You to change it all.
No, that's a cool weapon.
Remember me with favor for all I have done. Tell the old man to send another flock.
I like it, guys. I really do like it, and I can't whatchamacall that one. I can't repeat it, so I'm gonna repeat this one. There was just one more thing I wanted to say about it, and this dynamic between like a first-person shooter and a third-person Souls-like is really interesting. And I will tell you the thing that like the reason why I can't necessarily connect to a first-person shooter in this space is because I think there's such an integral bond between you as the player and the enemies that you're fighting in a Souls game. Whereas, like, I don't want to, this is going to sound really weird, right? Like, develop a relationship with them. You develop something with them. I can't necessarily describe what it is, but you know, if I say it like this, you play through Elden Ring, right? There's a series of enemies that you fought in that game, and every time you see them, you're like, oh, I gotta fight this thing again. Like whether it's like, okay, this is gonna be easy, or oh man, this is a really tough enemy, and like I've got a past with it almost, right? In the first-person shooter genre, I don't feel it's necessarily like that, and that's usually because you're not as intimate with the enemy. You can stay a little bit further away, you can shoot your guns, your whatever, and you don't always necessarily see the full depth of an enemy. And that's where I feel like the first-person shooter genre and the third-person Souls genre, like, kind of split apart. So I'm really interested in this game. It's a cool presentation, very clearly inspired by, FromSoft and all of the dark fantasy games that have come before. And the trailers are really impressive. So there's something here we will see. We will definitely see. Yeah, it's the FPS thing for me, Liv. I'm not sure. We're going to have to keep an eye on this one. It's very cool. We will have to see. All right, let's I do want to look at this one too. Obviously guys, we covered a little bit of Space Marine 2. I don't even know when that was at this point, but they had a big update, the Trigon update recently. And we knew going into this game that the team was going to create and push out a ton of updates. So super excited for them to just continue to expand Space Marine 2. The game was fantastic when it launched. It clearly had more room to grow. And this is kind of where it's going right now. It's free updates in the game, new cosmetics, all the cool stuff. I don't know how many people are playing it right now. Somebody can SteamDB it and let me know what like the 24-hour peak is. But yeah, let's check this out. This is the Trigon update for Space Marine 2.
The Imperium demands the Trigon's extermination. May the Emperor damn this monstrosity.
Big boy.
Face the blazing justice of the Emperor. Not even this interminable storm dampens our chapter's colors.
Cool looking
bridges
level.
the sand. Brace for the beast. We must confront and exterminate this profane tyranny.
Inferno pistol.
For the Emperor!
Nice. They do such a great job with these showcases. This is just a win for them. Such a big game, big win. That's cool. I like that pack.
No
Space
aim
Wolves.
comes for you. Only a swift death.
Nice.
Obliterate every last odious scourge! The Dragon could be anywhere. Clever beast aims to pounce upon us.
Very cool. No, I mean, look, guys, I just think this game was really good. It deserves to continue to have some development behind it. Livid says there's 13,423 people playing in the last 24 hours. That's fine, right? That's fine for this team that, you know, honestly, we knew, because we talked to the team going in, they were going to continue to invest in this game. So good to see. Hopefully at some point, just kind of like Darktide, which are two different teams, let's be clear, but like keeps the Space Marine, keeps the Warhammer 40K world going. Because I think we had like this big surge, right, over the last like year and a half or so of a ton of Warhammer games, whether it's Warhammer 40K or Warhammer. And it's just cool to see like some really good polished games getting some recognition, getting some you know, kind of like post-launch development, because they deserve it. They were all really good games. Vogear, what's going on, man? Thanks for being a long-time sub. Appreciate you checking out the stream every Sunday night around 9:30. Depends on the day. All right, guys, let's check out the official Doom: The Dark Ages trailer 2. I missed this one the other week, and I'm super excited about this game. Super pumped about this game. Excited that the channel is going to have a chance to review it. Wow, 1.3 million views on this one from 2 weeks ago. Clearly, you guys are excited about this too. And I say you guys, but I assume at least one of you in the stream here watched this. So it's about 3 minutes long, so we're probably going to get a good taste of this game. And let's check it out. Here we go.
The Makers felt a weapon as powerful as the Slayer
Love this field,
should
by
be
the way.
guided.
They lied to us. And now he has a leash.
He's not one of us.
Our enemy is divided.
Oh!
The time
That was
is
brutal.
now.
I don't like people getting ripped in half, not going to lie.
They fear him,
Always makes me a bit
so your
squirmy.
dominion over hell is not absolute.
Avoid the Slayer. Focus on breaking humans first.
That demon, he's after something. That much power in Hell's hands. None of us would survive.
It's a big boy.
Bishop Creed, we need him.
Launch the Slayer.
Impact confirmed. The Slayer has been activated.
Let's go. Looks so smooth, man. Like the smoothness is what gets it.
I can never rule as king, so long as you are the only one they fear.
Yeah, the mech part of this is really wild too. The fact that there are actual mechs in the game, and I think I assume we're gonna see there it is, the dragon. Like just them branching out is really cool, doing different stuff.
stronger than maybe even you.
Looks so good. Looks so good. Oh, it's on BattleNet too? That's interesting. Oh, right, because they're all like owned by the same people at this point. Honestly, I can't keep track of it anymore. Oh, look at that. Oh, I thought that was a statue. Never mind. That looked cooler if it was a statue, but those are in-game exclusive. Anyways, look, I don't know how you guys feel about Doom. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down in the chat. Give me a I'm playing it, I'm not playing it. Give me a I'm waiting to see reviews. I'm really curious what you guys think about Doom, just in general. Like, I feel like Doom, obviously it's been around for such a long time, but like I feel like finally they're doing something different, right? Doom came back with like kind of I don't want to say remastered, but like just Doom, right? Was that the 2009 version? And it was like the classic Doom experience, but like fit for the modern era. Now it's like, okay, now what do we do, right? How do we take this the next step? And I know there was a Doom a couple years ago. And that was kind of in the same vein, but obviously an evolution in some sense. Now they're just going in a different direction, and that's cool too. Like, I like when games go in a different direction. So, all right, Vogear, that's cool. I like what they're doing with the story, but not really your cup of tea. I get that. And like, boomer shooters are not for everybody. I actually don't think boomer shooters are that accessible anymore. Like, when I think of games that like anybody can pick up and play, I feel like you have to be invested in a game like Doom, in a series like Doom, to like want to play a boomer shooter. I can't tell you the last time a boomer shooter was like massively successful. If any of them are it's Doom and then like Wolfenstein, right? And even like the last Wolfensteins have not been that popular. They've been popular, but not that popular. This one I think will do well. One, because it's Doom. Two, because it's kind of got that like medieval setting, which I think people will like, while still maintaining like crazy, chaotic, hell, blood, guts, all those things. It looks really smooth, and that's what I have to say about it. Like, I watched this trailer, and I'm like, wow, this is really snappy. And I think that's the most important part for, like, these boomer shooters, is that these games have to be incredibly tight from a technical standpoint, and I think it just looks really good. Yeah, Liv's point, too. It's a bit more colorful, a little bit more character, and I keep using the word, but like a little bit more vibe with the game. And we'll see. Obviously, we're seeing the highlights in these trailers. We're seeing the best moments, and we don't know what it's like, going hands-on for 15, 20 minutes. I will tell you, we will have a review on this one at embargo or around embargo, whenever. So when we do finally get to play it and put some thoughts around it, you guys will know. You'll be the first to know. All right, that's Doom, The Dark Ages, coming out very, very soon. What is it? Yeah, May 15th, coming out super duper soon. So, yeah, that's 10 days away, 11 days away. All right, we're going to take a break, and I want to talk to you guys about Expedition 33. So I've been playing Expedition 33. Livid has been playing Expedition 33. Everybody under the sun should or is playing Expedition 33. We have reviewed the game. We've made guides for the game. It has just been a ton of fun to cover what, in my mind, is game of the year, top 10 game of all time, maybe top 5, depending on who you are. Just a stunning game from a studio that is brand new, has some really seasoned vets, specifically from Ubisoft, that, yes, it's a smaller team. I think the number was like 30 floating around, but it's bigger than 30 because there's testers and some other folks around there. But like, it's a small team by comparison. It's not hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that developed that game. There is one thing that's happening right now with Expedition 33 that I just wanted to get on the soapbox, if you guys will grant me that moment for just 1 minute. Because right now, as we're building guides and releasing those videos on the channel, what I'm seeing is so many people commenting, oh, I just one-shot it with Mael. And I see a ton of videos out there, one-shot builds with Mael. I think those miss the point. And while, of course, you can play the game however you want, right? That's the beauty of games. You could do it whatever you want. You want to go cheese build, you can go cheese build. You want to play legit, you can play legit. You want to do something in between, that's fine too. But when you have a game that's so incredible, like Expedition 33, and you're cheesing it because you want to get through it fast, I think you have to step back and realize that a game like this does not come around that often. You're lucky if it comes around once in a lifetime, once in a decade, whatever. And a lot can change in a decade, right? You could completely fall in and out of love with gaming in a decade. So when I play a game like Expedition 33, and I've been playing it for a couple weeks now ahead of the launch, I think about all of the moments that I had with the game that were so incredible. A lot of it was story-driven, right? Of course, the story is brilliant. The writing, the voice acting, there is not another game that I can think of other than like maybe The Witcher 3 and Baldur's Gate 3 that are even in the same league as Expedition 33. And it's little things. It's little things like the interaction between characters talking over one another. That is incredibly hard to do and pull off in gaming. I don't know why it's not done more, but it's so human. And so that's the part that the one-shot builds just kind of take away, is the human element. When I was playing Expedition 33, one of the things that I loved so much was struggling, because it's such a brilliant game. Struggling to understand a new enemy's moveset, struggling to deal with a different combination of enemies, struggling to put together builds with new characters as I get new weapons and whatever. That's the beauty of a game like that. And when you diminish it to a one-shot build, when you take all of that away and you strip it down to, well, Mael can just one-shot everything, you lose all of that. You lose all of those moments, and you lose the journey for the destination. Right, and I think that's really funny coming from me, because I am very much a destination guy. I want to get to the place. I want to climb the mountain and be at the top. But you have to step back and recognize when you are truly involved in something historic. Right, you have to live in the moment, and I think we are in the moment for Expedition 33 right now. This is not the end of Sandfall Interactive. In fact, if this is their magnus opus, that is incredible. But it's not the end. It's the beginning. And so, again, we as content creators can make whatever the heck we want. You guys can watch whatever the heck you want. That's part of the joy of doing this. But when you take a character like Mael, so integral to the story, and you cheapen her to be a one-shot trick pony, it's just kind of lame. Right? Because now you're no longer going through the game the way it was intended to be played. You're not experiencing all of the different levels. You're not experiencing all the different enemies. You're not experiencing the struggle and the challenge of trying to fight through the game. And I'm not talking about just like getting to the Paintress and defeating her. I'm talking about all the endgame stuff too. Right? You really can't create a one-shot Mael build at the until you get to the endgame parts past the Paintress. And sure, at that point, maybe you just want the game to be over, but there's still so much more to do. And that's kind of what blows my mind about it, is that, you know, let's think about it, guys. Think about all the games that you've played where, like, you beat the game and then there's a prologue, and the prologue is like one cutscene. Nope, that's not Expedition 33. Oh, wait, there's another prologue? Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, wait, there's still 40-plus hours of content with side zones, endless tower, whatever. Yes. Yeah, how incredible is that there is still more content, expansive content, post end of the game that is actually meaningful. And again, I say to you, we are in the moment where a game like this is not going to come around again for quite a while. Maybe it's GTA 6, but like that's a completely different type of game, right? It's going to be successful for other reasons. This game is successful because it is immersive, it is incredibly competent. The systems are wicked smart and wicked intuitive and wicked fun. Those 3 wickeds, if you were counting. And then to cheapen all of that for a one-shot build just feels like you are truly taking the art out of something that is artistic. Yes, the game is incredible, but it is also a work of art. And all I wanted to say was enjoy it for what it is. Try and live in it. Try not to succumb to the quick and easy. Because once this game is over, truly over, right? Yes, you can go do New Game Plus. That's always an option. But once this game is over, you are never going to have that same experience that you're having the first time you played it. And I actually started to feel that, I don't know, I'm like 10 hours post-Paintress, 20 hours post-Paintress, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I was sitting there, I was flying across with SKA, and I was like, oh man, I am never going to be able to play this game for the first time ever again. And I got a little, like, I got choked up. Like, that's too strong of a explanation. I got sad. I got sad that this brilliant game is a game that I got to experience, and I'm grateful that I got to experience it. But ultimately, I'm never going to get back to a place where I can experience it for the first time again. And that is when I knew, okay, this is a top game of all time. Whether it's top 5, top 10, top 15 on your list, doesn't really matter. It's a top game of all time. So again, I say, for people to be out there cheapening the game by creating these Mael one-shot builds, takes away from you guys experiencing what I would say is the best game this year, bar none. I don't think anything's going to come close that's launching after. And it's going to be one of those games that goes down in history as, oh, you played Expedition 33, right? It's synonymous to Elden Ring. It's synonymous to Legend of Zelda. It's synonymous to, Witcher 3. Synonymous to Red Dead Redemption 2. It is going to be in that same category once it wins all the awards. Because once it wins all the awards, everybody else who's still sitting on the fence, like, oh man, I've been playing Oblivion Remastered, and I saw this game was doing really well, but I didn't pick it up. They're going to pick it up, and then all of a sudden, over time, you're going to see, oh, this game sold 5 million copies. Oh, this game sold 10 million copies. I'm so confident in that like there's not even a shadow of a doubt in my mind. This is one of the best games that was ever created. It's one of the best games that I have played in my lifetime, and it is the best game that was released and will be released this year. Don't cheapen it with one-shot builds. Don't cheapen it by trying to cut corners. Play the game to enjoy it, because these types of games do not come around that often. All right, that's it. That's my monologue. I'm getting off the soapbox. Thank you for indulging me, because quite honestly, I just have been obsessed. Just been obsessed with the game, and I'll never get to play it for the first time ever again, and that makes me sad. All right, I want to jump back into some other trailers. Have you guys seen this one? FBC Firebreak. A lot of people talking about this one. Very interesting. Of course, Livid found this one because it's another shooter type of thing, and he just has a read on these types of games. So we're going to dive into this one, check it out. It's only a minute long, super short. Oh, it looks like there's a developer stream there. Might check that one out. We'll see. Let's just see what this one's all about. So this is the Hazards of the Job trailer. Let's see if we get a little bit more of an idea of what this game's going to be all about. Here we go.
Jerry, I'm working on a recruitment poster, and I need a slogan.
What about Firebreak? Help us, help you.
Too soft. Let's go with you need us.
This place is hotter than hell. Get out there and get that heat under control.
Oh, God, it burns.
Oh, that's better. It gets hairy out there. Watch your back.
Sticky.
Back to work, buddy.
Thanks. There's too many to take them all down. Focus on saving your skin. Elevator. Job done. Drop your boots at the incinerator.
It's so funny because there's actually a lot here, and I'm going to slow this one down because I don't know if you guys caught all of that. I'm really interested in this game. Remember, this is the Left 4 Dead style game set in the Control universe. So if you played Control, it's in that same universe. It's a really cool looking game. And what I think I like the most about it is that it's not taking itself too seriously. It's actually taking itself pretty unseriously, but yet everything that I see from a gameplay perspective looks really solid. And one of the things that I think is really cool is they are really leaning into the environmental aspect of the game. You have to put out fires, you have to turn on vents, you have to knock out, the caps of sprinkler heads, right? And it's all to propel your progression forward so that you can complete the objective. But it's little puzzle pieces like that I really enjoy. Like right here where he smacks the sprinkler head. It's going to kind of lower the heat in the room. And we don't actually know exactly how the heat is a factor. But, of course, during that entire time, you are killing all of these enemies that are swarming you. So not only are you dealing with the environment being all sorts of crazy, whether it's too hot, too cold, whatever, you're also dealing with this swarm of Left 4 Dead style enemies or Back 4 Blood, whatever comparison you want to draw in a PvE setting. I just think it's really cool. I think it's really smart. I think this genre in particular has not actually found like its true success. It's had some moments, right? Like Left 4 Dead 2, fantastic games. I never really felt like it reached its apex. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys just like aren't that interested in these types of games, and that's cool too. But like I think there's something with this genre that has just not been tapped yet, and maybe this is the game to do it. I think Firebreak is a better name for the game than FBC Firebreak. I do think the FBC is going to throw people off. Like, just call it Firebreak. Just call it what you want to call it. Like, the other cutesy stuff on top, I think, actually make things a little confusing. So, anyways, I really do like this game. I like what I'm seeing of this game, and I hope it's good, because I really do think we need another entry into that genre. All right, next on the list. Sorry, my dog is, like, making crazy noises behind me. Next on the list is Overwatch 2 Stadium. I do not know anything about Overwatch 2. This is not a game that I play. It is not a game that I frequent in terms of like knowing what's going on with the game. So let's just keep an open mind and see what the Overwatch team is trying to do to resuscitate the game.
It's time for Stadium.
Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the game begin. Coming out of the gates with some new tricks. What a game changer.
Is this the PvE game? No.
Bounty eliminated. That's a massive score for Genji.
I've got you in my sights.
Talk about a fresh perspective.
Wait, is it
It's
third
a close
person?
round, folks. We're coming down to the wire. Anna's taking matters into her own hands. Looks like Moira's got a few tricks up her sleeve.
A taste of poison.
It's a multi-ball.
Is that the difference with this game? Is that it's just in third person?
Close one. Let's see if they can come back next round.
Something's not right here.
What's going on out there, guys?
We just gave them that one. It was pity.
What can we do better?
Okay, the Zarya is frying us.
I could build Beamflexion for Zarya. Let me sell something real quick and buy that one.
Good idea.
I'm basically just spected to Nano Boost. If we group as 5, I hit somebody and it hits everybody around us, and then everybody gets a taste.
I'm just gonna heavily invest all into my weaponry. Every single power-up, I'm just gonna be a DPS machine.
I think what we need is more orbs.
Make sure they're healing orbs, though.
Definitely not.
All right, let's do it.
Match point.
That's what I'm talking about.
Push fast right side. Push fast right side.
I'm on Zarya.
Get Zarya. Go, 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 go.
Me and you. Oh,
I've got you in my sights.
Big slam.
I got the point.
Right side.
Kill Juno. Nice. Good stuff.
This is terrible. Wild, by the way.
Box out.
We died by mini-bomb.
Okay, reset.
We have Nanoblade for next fight. 3, 2, 1,
Go.
There we go.
We all got it.
Walk forward. I'm ulting. Fist bumps on land.
MVP! The goddess is here.
I have no idea what I just watched, and I'll tell you, I don't have any love, I don't have any hate for Overwatch. Like, oops, I did not mean to click on that. You know, I just don't play the game, but it's really interesting to see this game consistently try and like do something to like reintroduce it into the mainstream. I do think like the customization of the characters and like all of the tweakiness that they kind of showcased towards the middle of the trailer was really interesting. But like as soon as Overwatch comes out, I feel like people just tune out. Like they haven't played it or they don't play it anymore. It's like part of the zeitgeist, but like it's not really anymore. And when I say zeitgeist, for those that maybe not know that word, like it's not like part of the mainstream anymore. Like, yes, it is a mainstream game, but it doesn't have like the same level of clout and attention that it used to when it was first out. And I feel like they've fumbled the bag so many times at this point that it's just kind of like, all right, Overwatch 2 is still there. It's still not perfect. And no matter what they do, maybe it's just never going to get to that level again. And that's sad, right? Because, like, obviously, like, Blizzard and Activision and all those, you know, that whole team, right? It's a huge team. And it's a huge team that used to be really passionate about this game. I do think, like, the rework, and they start to show it here where they talk about, like, their character builds and, like, almost building, like, a MOBA in a sense, right? Like, true customization of each of your heroes and really trying to give you more control over your heroes is fascinating, right? Because now it is more MOBA than it is, like, hero shooter. Like, I think of a hero shooter, everybody has access to the exact same characters, the exact same abilities, with the exact same, like, buffs and debuffs on everything. But now they're kind of like saying, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're going to do something different, and that difference is giving you full customization, full control over your heroes. I like that. And I also like that it's now third person or first person. I do not want to play this game in first person, but I would actually play this in third person, right? Maybe that's a counter to Marvel Rivals because those two games are competing. Let's not kid ourselves. But I don't know. I just don't know if this is enough to bring people back or entice new players. It is cool. It was a snappy trailer. It clearly had a lot of juice. 571,000 people watched it. Like, there are clearly eyeballs on it. But is it enough to whatever inject that next surge of energy players into the game? I don't know. Anyways, that's the Stadium gameplay trailer for Overwatch 2. Interesting stuff. Vogear, the freedom of build won't last, though meta builds will pop up. Yeah, of course. But meta builds pop up in any game, right? And I think it is that, again, if you're trying to attract, like, a casual crowd, that the ability just to create and customize is alluring to some people. But you're right. You know, whether it's, I don't know what website people use for Overwatch, but, like, there's going to be some website where all the best builds are up there and, like, people are just going to copy those, and it's not as fun, right? Absolutely. All right, I want to move up to some of these longer trailers here, and I want to start with, where was it? I want to start with the Elden Ring Night Rain trailer. This is a beefy one, guys. It's a 10-minute trailer, but it's Elden Ring. We have to give it some time and some attention. I'm really hoping our team gets a chance to play this one. It is a third-person Souls roguelike. I still actually haven't been paying that close attention to it because it's at the end of the month, so I do need to start paying attention to it, and I think this is the trailer that's going to kind of bring us all up to speed. So this is the Elden Ring Night Rain overview trailer. It came out just a couple days ago, right? 2 days ago. So still relatively new, 811,000 views, a lot of views. And yeah, here we go. Let's check it out.
Peggy 16.
Elden Ring Night Rain is a co-op survival action game where you navigate a vast and dangerous field with other players. You must become one of the Nightfarers, fighting through the endless night and taking on scores of vicious foes over the span of 3 days.
I like how they just get right to it. Really good setup.
Once a country that thrived thanks to the power of gods, Limveld is now nearing its end, gradually being eroded by the night that has saturated the land. You will be deployed to Limveld to hunt the Night Lords as a level 1 character. In your current state, you won't stand a chance against that type of overwhelming power. You must gain the strength to survive by moving swiftly and skillfully. It's up to you to choose your route within the limited time you have before night falls. You can choose to hunt enemies and level up. Search for treasures, weapons, and items. Infiltrate bases guarded by soldiers to gather information from hidden operational maps. Or challenge powerful enemies, wandering the land and lurking in heavily infested fortresses to obtain equally powerful rewards. Whether you choose to move together or divide and conquer, your character's skills, playstyle, and traits should guide your priorities The layout of Linveld will change each time you visit. With every expedition, bases, types of enemies, chest rewards, and other features of the field will fluctuate. Sometimes your exploration may be interrupted by enemy ambushes, or you may encounter unpredictable events, like sudden meteor strikes. Even more dramatic changes can also appear, like erupting volcanic craters bubbling with lava, or dark forests shrouded with corruption that rots anyone who dares explore it. In this constantly shifting world, you will face new choices as the battlefield evolves with each expedition. Evaluate every situation, use your skills to fight back, and survive through the night.
It's such an interesting premise, and like, I'm just going to pause it here because it's very interesting to see the FromSoft team go this direction, right? It's such a different direction from them. Like, their games have been single player, that's what I wanted to say. Single player dark fantasy Souls-like games, right? With some small deviations with like Sekiro, right? But like, this is such a pivot for them, doing a co-op roguelike with procedurally generated features. It's so interesting, and it's such a different dynamic than some of their mainline games, because now all of a sudden speed is a huge factor, right? You have 3 days, you have your teammates, and you have to absolutely figure out the fastest path forward or you're not going to survive. So it's really fascinating.
As darkness blankets Linveld, the night's tide will begin to cover the field, narrowing your range of traversal. And as night falls, you will be driven towards an unavoidable confrontation. A harsh battle ensues as various powerful enemies arrive. Some of your allies may fall before their mighty attacks, but this isn't the end. Critically injured allies can rejoin the fight if you attack them using your skills and weapons. You can also rescue them from afar, using tools like bows or magic.
I didn't realize that was the res mechanic.
These battles are tough, but don't give up. Use all the powers you have gathered in Linveld to survive and overcome. Eight Nightfarers assembled to defeat the Night Lord. Each Nightfarer possesses different weapons and unique passive abilities, skills, and ultimate arts. Wilder, a knight proficient in a wide range of melee weapons, can throw grappling hooks to pull enemies or swiftly close distances. He can also launch explosive iron spikes that deal a powerful blow to any enemy. Guardian, a warrior equipped with a massive shield, excels in defense. Their skill, Whirlwind, can lift enemies off their feet and deflect arrows. Their art, Wings of Salvation, repels approaching enemies and deploys a magic circle to save allies from dire situations.
That's pretty cool.
Ionine, an archer who never misses a foe's weakness, controls enemies from a distance. His marking skill injures and pressures the enemy, greatly disrupting their poise and creating openings to exploit. His art single shot fires a supersonic arrow that pierces through every enemy and obstacle, ensuring no escape. Duchess, a virtuous thief with quick reflexes, uses her cunning to confuse enemies. After attacking, she can use the skill Restage to reenact what just happened and deal damage again. Her art Finale hides her and nearby allies from the enemy's view, giving them a chance to adjust their positions or create an ambush.
Seems like it could be helpful.
Raider, a seafarer who is resilient and unyielding in battle, doesn't flinch at minor attacks, and rampages through enemies. His skill Retaliate strikes back with a powerful blow that cannot be interrupted by enemy attacks. His art Totem Stellar summons a colossal gravestone that serves as an attack to dispel enemies.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Acts as a wall to block projectiles. And
Oh,
amplifies
dang,
the
that's
strength
actually,
of
like,
allies through its
So
protective
simple,
aura.
but so brilliant at the same time.
Recluse, a wielder of ancient magic, collects the elemental attributes attached to enemies and allies to produce different types of powerful magic, such as lightning-based or fire-based spells. Her art, Soul Blood Song, can also brand foes with an archaic glyph of blood that allows allies to recover health and magic by attacking them. By mastering the style, skill, and ultimate arts of these Nightfarers, you may be able to survive.
I feel
and
like
defeat
playing
the night.
Expedition 33 is making me want to play this game with a parry mindset. And I've always been like a dodge mindset person, but like I'm so
The
accustomed
Hidden
to
Round Table Hold
having to dodge and parry
serves
now.
as a base for Nightfarers, preparing for battle in Limveld. Relics recovered from expeditions can enhance your abilities when equipped before deployment. Relics have a diverse assortment of effects, ranging from increasing stats to altering the performance of skills. Different relic combinations can alter your gameplay experience, so try out different approaches and see what suits you best for the journey ahead. In a corner of the back room, a small jar merchant operates a bazaar selling various goods. Once you accumulate the currency Merc, earned as
calls
battle
medals, that's
rewards, it might be worth checking what's on sale. Using the fitting mirror, you can unlock new costumes with Merc and change your appearance. These outfits allow you to change your Nightfarer's style to suit your tastes. Some costumes might even look familiar.
Hey-oh.
As you battle against the night, fragments of your lost memories may return, giving you glimpses of who you once were. By recovering these fragments of lost memory, you can fill in the blanks of your Nightfarer's blurred recollections. In these memories, conversations with other Nightfarers or residents of the Round Table Hold might reveal new objectives. Achieving these goals during adventures in Limveld will help unravel the past, revealing each Nightfarer's origins and purposes. See why they have come together at this Round Table Hold, and why they fight. The Night Lords are the ultimate threat, waiting for players on the third day in Limveld. The Nightfarers are the only warriors remaining who can stop them and save this land from total obliteration.
I think these are all new enemies, right?
Battling a Night Lord,
I don't recognize
a
any
being
of
that
them.
boasts overwhelming attack power and toughness, will be more challenging than anything faced in Limveld. However, there are ways to resist this threat. By carefully navigating Limveld, acquiring more powerful tools and weapons with attributes effective against each Night Lord, discovering relics, and growing as a fighter through experience and observation. Victory against the Night Lord will be
Similar
within
to
reach.
one of the others.
Set forth on this thrilling and fast-paced adventure, filled with danger and achievement. Dare to stand together against the fall of night.
Nice. Yeah, man, I'm pumped. I think you guys probably can pick up on the fact that like our channel has covered a lot of oh god, that's a cool statue. Have covered a lot of like indie roguelike games. Like I just love the genre so much. I love any game that respects your time as a player and, you know, you're talking 20, 30 minutes to experience whatever the game has. And like I think that's what's so beautiful about the roguelike genre is that they somehow figured out, hey, people don't have as much time as they used to play games, and we can give you the entire experience in these 20 to 30 minute bites, and you, for the most part, are going to love that. Do you miss some of the overarching connective storytelling pieces usually in those types of games? Yes and no. The great roguelike games, I think of like Hades, right, manage to figure out how to tell really compelling stories within the structure of a roguelike, right? Like a Hades and even Hades 2, each one of those like dives into a dungeon is like, again, 20 to 30 minutes, but there's still a compelling story that connects all of the dots. So I don't know. I just think it's really interesting. Oh my gosh, excuse me. It's really interesting that FromSoft is going this direction, which is a completely different direction for the team. And obviously, they're going to have more games, right? Like, they just announced their game for the Switch 2, which eventually I would imagine would come to PC, Xbox, PS5, all those things. But, like, eventually, right? But, like, this is such a different experience. And I think what's ultimately going to turn people away is the fact that it's a multiplayer game. It's like most people who play single-player games because either they don't have a group of friends that they play these types of games with, or trying to coordinate that is such a pain in the ass, or just like they don't want to play with other people, right? This, I think, is going to open up an interesting crop, and I hope it's not just like a niche thing, right? Like, okay, you have Souls players. There are millions and millions of Souls players, but now you're introducing the multiplayer element into it. Are only people who play Souls games that also play multiplayer games going to play this? Or is this going to encourage single-player people who play Elden Ring, Dark Souls, etc., to try and find some friends to play it? Hopefully, there is some sort of decent matchmaking system. I will say that I have not been floored by the way that FromSoft does some of their system stuff, right? Like, we have a video on the channel which was all about how to do multiplayer in Elden Ring because the system is so damn obscure. Like, just make it so that people can matchmake with each other seamlessly. And if you're going to try and be successful in a multiplayer game in 2025, like this, just make it so that people can dip in and dip out of players' games. I don't think that's going to happen because everything is it's like round-based, right? So, like, you start a round and, like, the clock is ticking. So I think people are going to have to be in the game ahead of time. It's a lobby, and the game starts. I hope it's a little bit more sophisticated than that, because what happens when somebody gets disconnected? Can they rejoin? Does somebody fill the slot? I don't know. And those are all the questions that I have for a game like this, because while I love Elden Ring and I love FromSoft, like, there are definitely some pieces to this that I just don't know if they're going to work. This one comes out at the end of the month. I'm hoping that we'll have a chance to play it ahead of time and bring you guys some content. We will see. Yeah, that's Elden Ring, Night Rain. Huge 10-minute deep dive overview trailer. You guys can watch it again if you want to check it out. All right, there was another one that Livid put on here, the Borderlands 4 gameplay deep dive. I think we have to check this one out, and I'll tell you, wow, this is 18 minutes long. That's okay. Borderlands, I think, is quite honestly in a really interesting spot. I love Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I thought it was a ton of fun. Borderlands is that game to me that is just not doing enough innovating. They are not changing up their formula enough to make it enticing for new players. So every time a new Borderlands game comes out, you just kind of see a degradation of the audience. You say, okay, man, yeah, it's Borderlands, more Borderlands, great. Do I want to play more Borderlands, or do I want to spend my money on this new really cool thing over here? That's the argument. And I don't think Borderlands 3 hit the mark. I don't think some of the weird sidestep ones, I don't like, not mainline games, but like the mid-tier games, like Tales from the Borderlands or whatever the heck it was, they're just not doing it. And like the Borderlands brand, like, I don't know. I just don't know if it's enough to sell folks on the game. So let's check this one out. It's 18 minutes long, guys, but like this is going to be a big game at some point this year. And Livid said like the game actually looks kind of good. We'll see. I'm not sure if I'm there yet. Let's see.
Heyo, I'm Randy Pitchford, founder of Gearbox Entertainment. Today, we're giving you our deepest look yet at Borderlands 4. All the excitement, loot, and gnarly carnage all running on PlayStation 5 Pro.
Since creating the looter-shooter genre nearly 16 years ago, we've continued to refine the formula, delivering better loot, greater freedom, and endless mayhem. And with Borderlands 4, we've pushed things even further.
This is hands down our best Borderlands ever. All new movement, abilities, bigger and badder enemies, and a brand new planet. All in service of making you feel like a total badass.
It's the perfect entry point for new players, with incredible new places and a great story. And for our longtime Borderlands fans, we're throwing back to our more grounded tone, while pushing gameplay ahead further than ever before. This
All right,
is
Randy,
the
tell me what that
culmination
means,
of
because I got to see
years
what
of
that
hard
means.
work from my teammates across the Gearbox studios. So enough talk, let's get it. This is Borderlands 4.
Borderlands is an unforgiving sci-fi universe where life is cheap and guns are plentiful. You play as a Vault Hunter, a badass mercenary with powerful abilities called action skills.
Today I'm playing as Vex, our new Siren. She wields supernatural phase energy to devastating effect. She can use that energy to empower herself, or channel it to conjure deadly minions that fight alongside her.
And because everything's better in co-op, I'm joining as Rafa, a former Tediore soldier who wears an experimental exosuit. He can digistruct an arsenal of weapons, like the razor-sharp
like this
arc
character.
knives.
I like exosuit
These are
guy.
2 of our 4 new Vault Hunters that you can play at launch.
Borderlands 4 takes place on Kairos, an all-new planet steeped in conflict. For thousands of years, the Timekeeper kept the planet hidden, controlling its inhabitants with bolts, cybernetic implants fused to their spines. Anyone who stepped out of line was brutally crushed by his army of synthetic soldiers known as the Order.
That is until 6 years ago.
Definitely a more grounded story.
This rogue
grounded,
was
like
teleported
less
away
like
from Pandora at the end of Borderlands 3,
just like a
by
more
the
classic
legendary Vault
fantasy
Hunter
story.
Lilith. When it reappeared across the galaxy, it crashed into the protective veil around Kairos. The results were devastating. A planet-wide cataclysmic event that disrupted the Timekeeper's perfect order.
Now people all across Kairos have started rising up, some even ripping out their bolts, and chunks of their brain along with it.
Can I just say, like, I definitely understand Borderlands and like the appeal of it, but do you think a game like Borderlands and a series like Borderlands would do well to hit reset on its graphics? Like, could you imagine like all the Borderlands quirk and characters in like UE5, right, Unreal Engine 5? Or do you think like the game at this point has to be in this kind of like stylized manner? Because I don't know if I'm sold on this anymore. I think the graphics and the visuals of Borderlands is partially why people are kind of like done with it, because it all looks the same. Yes, it's still like, you know, it's new and new enemies and new whatever, but like it still feels like a Borderlands game. And you can accomplish that even if you were to step outside of like this stylized graphic look. I don't know, just something I'm thinking about as I'm watching this.
Here it comes! That's the situation our Vault Hunters have crash-landed into. A planet ready to explode, and you're the spark. As you explore, you'll meet a cast of incredible characters. Fan favorites return, like Zane and Moxie. You'll also meet new friends like Rush.
And as always, Claptrap is along for the ride.
Last but not least is Echo 4. This helpful drone follows you everywhere, hacking Order tech, scanning the environment, and helping guide you to objectives.
All right,
But
that's
enough
a
of
little
all
bit of a
that.
systems
Let's get
update
into the
there. That's
game.
kind of cool. A little quality of life stuff.
Thanks to our improved lobby system, it's easier than ever to join up with your friends on the fly.
Nice. We were just
And with
talking
full
about that in Elden
crossplay at
Ring,
launch,
right?
you can play with your friends on any platform.
Nice. Cross-platform at launch.
Today,
That's
we're
huge.
venturing into Terminus Range, a frigid, mountainous region.
This is just one of the 4 zones on Kairos that you can seamlessly explore. There's next to no loading time, just endless looting and shooting mayhem.
For our current mission, we need to break into a secret black site located deep in the mountains. One of the Timekeeper's generals, Vile Lichter, has been conducting grotesque
Vile
experiments on
Lichter?
locals. It's up to us to stop him.
All right, let's get moving. Here I'm using Glide, one of our new movement abilities.
Cool.
Along with dash, double jump, climbing, and point grapple, these make getting around more fun and add a ton of utility to combat.
All right, so definitely a lot of enhancements in the movement area of the game, which is good, right?
As
Like,
you traverse,
okay, cool.
you'll uncover a vast and beautiful world. And to bring Kairos to life, we've introduced dynamic weather and events, so you constantly have new things to discover.
There's also plenty of local wildlife to contend with, like these Cratch, flying beasts who attack in flocks.
Here we've come across a silo, one of several new activities in Borderlands 4.
You'll naturally discover short gameplay experiences
Looking at that mini map,
this
it feels
all
almost
across
like an
Cairo.
open world game in a sense.
There's
Open
no
world
need to
looter
pick up a
shooter.
mission first. These are auto-granted and tracked on your HUD.
Silos house old, decommissioned order tech that you can hijack for the Crimson Resistance.
With the help of Echo 4, we'll hack into their network and release the communications balloon.
Okay. Do we get anything for
Now
doing
that we're in
this?
charge, we can fast travel to the silo. And as a
Oh,
bonus,
it really is.
it's
an
revealed
open
the
world
approximate
game. Okay.
location of a
All
Valky
right,
fragment.
open world
We
looter
can collect
shooter.
these fragments to
Starting
unlock a
understand
hidden
little bit
vault,
more.
a high-level dungeon with challenging combat and serious loot.
Definitely a different type of experience.
Let's get after it. Another nice thing about silos is you can zip line up and take off.
Nice. So Apex Legends style.
And if that's not fast enough for you, you can always pull out your personal vehicle, the Digirunner.
Oh, there you
Just
go.
hop on, hit boost, and get rolling.
You can customize the body, paint job, and even how it handles.
And because
All right,
this is
so they
Borderlands,
definitely make
you
some
best believe it has
tweaks
guns.
that like matter, right? This is not just like a paint job. There are definitely some serious
As you
tweaks here
traverse,
that
you'll encounter a host of
help
dynamic
kinda keep
events.
everything connected
From
in a
order
different way.
patrols to world bosses, there's always something to shoot and loot.
All right, we're coming up on an order outpost. Let's see the new movement abilities in action.
Chaining our new traversal abilities together makes combat more dynamic than ever. You can dash in and out of melee attacks, dodge projectiles, or quickly reposition to gain an advantage.
I mean, combat looks pretty much as smooth as it always does with Borderlands, right? I think the new movement stuff, the glide, definitely adds something. The zipline is great too. Nothing revolutionary, right? We've seen all this stuff before, but
Now
it
I know that
definitely
there's a
adds
vault fragment around
smoothness
here
to it.
somewhere, but we've got a mission to get back to. Let's pull out Echo 4 to show us where to go.
We're meeting up with none other than the Tigra Partali herself, Amara. She's a former vault hunter and exotic pet sitter from Borderlands 3. She came to Kairos in search of Lilith and is now helping us take down the Timekeeper.
Don't you whine at me, Hermes. We'll play in a moment, huh? Ugh, you agree to pet sit for a few weeks, and the next thing you know, you're having full conversations with animals.
You don't use security like that unless you've got something to hide. This must be the path to the black site.
Agreed. But if Lilith is on the other side, I don't mind some property destruction.
Ooh, your specialty. Please, be my guest.
I like the dog.
Come, let's throw some light on this black site of his.
I don't know, guys. What do you think in the chat? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Co-op
Feeling
has
this or not
always
feeling
been
it?
at the heart of Borderlands, and we've put a ton of work into making it better than ever. Our improved lobby was just the start. You can also set your own campaign difficulty independently of the rest of the party. This way, everyone can tune the experience to their liking.
And you don't have to worry about loot ninjas stealing your drops, as loot is always instanced for each player. Plus,
All right,
if you ever get
instant
split
loot.
up,
I don't know if
you
that's
can
been the
easily
thing
fast
throughout all
travel
the
to your
Borderlands
friends.
games, but I like
And
it.
two-player split screen returns so you can enjoy couch co-op. Regardless of how you play, we just want you to be able to hang with your buddies and have a great time.
What the hell is that?
It's Tim, obviously.
Everyone else heard the talking creep, right?
Tim feels like the product of Lictor's twisted mind. Another of his experiments. If he's doing this to creeps, I shudder to think what he's doing to Lilith. We need to get inside. That air vent. Let's check it out.
I feel like we've been looking for Lilith for like 7 games now.
Hermes is
That's
really
fair, Daniel.
creeped
I feel
out
that.
in here. Not me, obviously. Hermes.
Now that we're in the black site, let's take a moment to talk about loot.
All right, here we go.
In
Some good
Borderlands
stuff
4,
here.
each piece of gear comes from one of 8 manufacturers
I do
with their
kind of like
own
the
characteristics and
redesigned
trademarks.
UI.
There's Jacobs, with crit-friendly black powder weapons, the elemental expertise of Maliwan, Vladoff, who solve lower accuracy with more bullets, the toss to reload Tediore, or Torg with explosions! We also have 3 new ones. The Order with powerful charge and release blast,
Nice.
fully auto rippers, and the reliable, easy-to-use Daedalus, which can use multiple ammo types.
But that's just the start. We've introduced an all-new licensed parts system. This allows for behaviors and abilities from multiple manufacturers to spawn in a single weapon. For instance, this flat-off assault rifle features a Torg mag, Hyperion shield, and a Maliwan elemental switch, meaning it
That's
shoots fast
kinda
and
cool.
explodes things. The higher the rarity, the more parts that can randomly spawn, creating wilder and
Interesting.
wilder loot.
And that's before even getting into alt-fire modes, underbarrels, and elemental damage.
That actually
The
is
possibilities are
very
truly endless.
cool. And
To support playing with your favorite
yeah, that's
manufacturer,
evolution of their
we've
game.
added
I like that.
enhancements. This new type of gear replaces artifacts and provides bonuses to specific manufacturers. Take my current enhancement. It adds a kill bonus to all guns with Daedalus parts, along with more reload speed and critical damage. This lets you min-max your build around your favorite manufacturer, immediately turning just okay guns into amazing weapons.
Finally, we've heard your feedback, and we've overhauled our drop rates and loot across the game. We've worked hard to make sure all our gear feels better than ever, while also making rarity matter again. This makes for our most
Danny.
satisfying loot chase ever. And at
feel
the
you,
top of
brother.
everything are legendaries. These have always had unique effects that you won't find on any other piece of gear. But in Borderlands 3, they drop too often. This not only devalued legendaries, it made everything feel less valuable. In our new system, not only do all guns feel great, but now legendaries will truly be special events.
Nice.
We've added the magic back to our loot chase, and we know you'll love grinding all that great gear on Kairos.
But let's get back to combat so I can show you my favorite thing, Ordnance. This is the new gear slot for grenades and heavy weapons like rocket launchers.
Cool.
Instead of taking up a gun slot and ammo, Ordnance now has cooldown timers. No more saving the big guns for boss fights. Now you can blow stuff up as often as you want.
They're doing a lot of cool stuff to like service the player, right? Like I don't think I've seen anything that's like been truly revolutionary, but like all of these things
Before we
I'm
go
kind of like
further,
sitting
let's
here
talk a
shaking
little
my head
bit
like,
about action
yeah,
skills.
not bad.
Every Vault Hunter has a set of 3 unique action skills. These are class-defining abilities with devastating effects. Up until now, I'd been using Incarnate to deliver powerful phase blasts. But let's switch it up to Phase Familiar and pull out Trouble. As you can see, each action skill has its own branching skill tree, giving you more build freedom than ever before. On top of passive skills, you can further customize action skills with augments and capstones. These are socketed enhancements that add new behaviors and functions to your action skill.
Different builds completely change how combat plays out, resulting in near endless freedom to experiment. You can swap unlock augments or capstones on the fly, or completely respec your skill trees at hubs around Kairos.
This gives us a chance to talk about traits. Each Vault Hunter has a unique passive ability called a trait. For Vex, her action skills attune to the element of her equipped weapon. So by swapping guns, I can change Trouble's damage from kinetic to
that's
shock,
kinda cool.
fire, or any other elemental type.
And also, you can pet the cat.
Dead end. Or is it? Let's see where this vent takes us. Gods. Are those test tubes?
I'm down. But thankfully, our fight for your life mechanic makes a return. Of course, I could have avoided it in the first place if I had just used my ref kit. This new piece of gear provides health and other buffs, like temporarily boosting my elemental damage, rate of fire, or movement speed.
I'm almost afraid to ask what's in the tube.
Oh, look at these guys. Are those crystals growing out of them?
By the way, if you're looking to experience the story again or just grind for loot, we've added full mission and boss replay. That's right, no more save loading to run bosses.
Nice.
Now you can return to the arena and use Moxie's big encore machine to spawn another run.
But we'll
Again,
talk more
that's
about
another
endgame
thing I'm like,
later.
oh, that's kind of cool.
For now, let's jump ahead and show you something truly badass.
That's a big boy.
In Borderlands 4, our bosses are bigger and better than ever, putting all your new skills, gear, and abilities to the ultimate test.
That's a cool boss. I like this one.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Spoilers. That's enough of that for now.
Spoilers.
But we look forward to showing you much more this June at our first hands-on gameplay event.
And from everyone at Gearbox, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, man. I went into this one kind of being like, all right, it's Borderlands. I kind of know what to expect, and I still do. What I would say is pretty interesting about this is it looks like they're doing a lot of things to tweak around the edges, especially with like systems that just feel a little bit better. And I think that's important, right? Like if you're going to continue to try and push the same series, which is what they're doing, right? It's Borderlands. It's kind of in the same vein. Less cringy story, right? That's first and foremost. They're not trying to like tap into pop culture or be relevant. They're just doing a good high fantasy sci-fi story. Like, cool, love that. Let's do it. Then all of the system stuff just feels a little bit more refined, and I do think that's really important. Movement being one of them. The matchmaking flexibility and hopefully the ease of connecting with other players, that's huge. And then all of like the gameplay things that they're tweaking, like the ordnance being it's a cooldown based as opposed to a weapon slot. Great, that way you don't have to slot heavy weapons. It's a little bit different, a little bit more forgiving. That way you can check out some of the cooler weapons. I like that, right? And I like kind of all those things that they showcased in this video. I don't know if it had to be 18 minutes long. I don't think you're going to find a lot of people that sit through that. And quite honestly, like, okay, this was released 4 days ago, and there's only 200,000 views on it. That is a sign that people are not really checking this out yet. And I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I mean, like, you can see over here on my YouTube, like, Tim, right? Tim the Tap Man checked it out, and, like, that even doesn't have that many views. Borderlands itself, you know, the brand itself, I think, has a lot of making up to do for players after the debacle that was Borderlands 3, the movie that was terrible. It's got some work to do. And I think this is a good showcase of things that are trending in the right direction. Obviously, we have not played this one yet, but like trending in the right direction, we will see if this kind of reinvigorates the Borderlands brand and then what comes after this, right? Like very clearly Randy and the team are not giving up on Borderlands as a series. What do they do next? Because I do genuinely think that like taking it out of this stylized graphic, you know, kind of whatever you want to call it, aesthetic, and then putting it into something like an Unreal Engine 5 would breathe some life back into the game. I don't think they're ever going to do it, but I do think it would revitalize the game in a way that, I don't know, systems and other things like that can't necessarily do. You could even change the title of the game, and I don't think it would do it. I think Borderlands is such an entrenched series at this point. It's going to take a lot of goodwill to get players back, and then if they wanted to do something different, it would have to be something radically different, like a new game. Like, don't do something that's like parallel to Borderlands. Just do something completely different. But anyways, I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. I want to say I'm warmer than lukewarm, but I'm not hot on that one. So we will see what happens. Anyways, guys, reminder that if you have not joined the subreddit yet, this is where we're pulling all the trailers from. I know we got a decent crowd in here tonight, so would love for you guys to join us on the subreddit. We do these streams every night. I wish every night. Every Sunday night, there we go, around 9:30. If you are a first-time stream watcher, I would love to just say hey to you. I know, obviously you guys know us from our videos. Streaming is not something that we do a lot of. So if this is the first time you're checking out the stream, pop in the chat, say hey. I would love to say hi to you. And just, again, guys, thank you for always hanging out with me on a Sunday night talking about video games. I do want to talk about Arc Raiders. This is a short trailer, but I do want to talk about Arc Raiders because it's a game that we had a chance to play early. It's a game that Livid is dabbling in, when he has some time between other projects that we're working on. If you guys have not checked out Arc Raiders, this is a PvEVP multiplayer extraction shooter, third person. It's fun. It's pretty cool. We had a good time with it. Livid is a little bit hotter on it than I am. So here is the 1.5 minute trailer for the tech test, which is going on now. I think it got extended a day or two. I'm not sure. Livid can tell us from the chat. DFancy22, thanks for saying hey, man. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you being a supporter of the channel. All right, here we go. Arc Raiders Tech Test 2 trailer. Embark,
was your day,
team behind
honey?
the finals,
Pretty
just so you
intense,
guys
but
know.
I brought something for you. Where'd you find all these things? Here and there, you know. Did you run into Ark? I did. not
Nice,
watch out
Fancy.
for
That's
them,
awesome.
But they're the least of my problems.
All the raiders I've met say the same thing. You cannot control what happens up there. But you can decide how you deal with it.
Very cool. Yeah, Daniel, appreciate that, man. No, would love to have you for more streams. Always checking out the latest and greatest. Yeah, that was a great trailer for this game. There's a lot of cool stuff that this game and this team is doing. I think it's got to do a lot to break through the noise. I think this is a tricky genre in general, the PvEVP extraction shooter. Livid would tell you that there are not a lot of options for third-person extraction shooters across all platforms, PC, Xbox, PlayStation. So I think there's something there. But yeah, it feels, we have a full first impressions video on the channel. I definitely recommend you guys check it out. Livid, maybe you can post that in the chat if you're around. But yeah, I think it plays like The Division. It's got some really cool elements to it. And yeah, I just think in general, like, it's definitely resonating with people, right? And Livid just reminded me he posted the Steam charts. You guys can see the Marathon Alpha Test, which is a similar genre, a first-person PvEVP extraction shooter. All-time peak, 24-hour peak, not that high. Tech test, doing pretty good. doing pretty good. I mean, there are people who are checking out this game for the first time, who are seeing other people play it, get excited about it. I don't want to say this is a damning incineration of Marathon, right? Like we don't do that stuff here on the channel. But this spike and dip is a very clear sign. This constant linear growth is a very clear sign. This game is resonating with players. This game is not resonating with players. And again, small sample size, different audiences, different access to the game. Embark's got to be over the moon that 20,000 people are checking out a play test. We'll see if that expands further into the actual game when it does go live. We'll see. We don't have a release date quite yet. I'm wondering if they're going to wait till Summer Game Fest to reveal that. This would be one of those games that I honestly could see a shadow drop working really well for. Summer Game Fest, big trailer. Oh, by the way, the game is out right now. I could see it doing really well. That is such a gamble, right? Of course that's a gamble. I could see it, though. All right, guys, we have time for one more trailer. I don't know. It's like a lot of random stuff on here, and now everything's not loading. Ah! Oh my gosh, what is happening? Nope. Here we go. We're back. Let's see. This one keeps catching my eye. Let's go with this one. The Age of Barat. I don't know. There's something about this that's just kind of speaking to me. It's giving me Age of Conan vibes. Let's see. Or Conan Exile vibes, I should say. Here we go. This is The Age of Barat. It's the last trailer for the night, guys. Let's check it out. Hopefully this is a good one. We'll see. Tara Gaming. Never heard of them.
Bharat, the land of ancient India. A blessed land of noble heroes and glittering cities. But where heroes rule, villains will attack.
Big boy.
Where wealth is plentiful, plunderers will pillage.
Is this
The
another
time
Souls
has come
game? Starting to get that feeling.
these invaders. The time has come to fight these monsters. The time has come to fight the demons. The time has come to fight
I'm
those
intrigued. I'll tell you guys that much.
who
I'm intrigued.
oppress the forest tribes. The time has come to
I'm either going with a Souls game or an action game.
war. It's time for you
God, please show me.
to join the army of heroes.
Cinematic fantasy. Oh. Ooh, less impressive once it actually starts going.
Fight the monsters.
Yeah, I was more impressed before. Less impressed now that I see
Stand
it.
with your people. Play the Age of Bharat. Protect the weak. Punish the wicked. Bharat Mata ki Jai.
All right, listen, here's the deal. I will always encourage new developers to get into the mix. Game itself doesn't look great, like the gameplay. I was really intrigued in like all of the lead up stuff. The cinematics looked really good, but like some of the gameplay stuff not so great, right? Like if you go, like we can skip all the cinematic stuff, but like once the gameplay kicks in, one, the graphics kind of take a hit. Two, like there's a lot of jank in the animations and it looks very simple. And I think that's what kind of like I look at. I'm like, okay, you've got just like some basic melee combos. I don't think we saw enough of like, okay, what is the game bringing to the table that's special in the gameplay sense? Because everything that I'm seeing here is like, okay, well, I can smash my X button and do a bunch of chain attacks and, you know, maybe I'll survive. But like even this, like when he gets charged here, like some of the animation stuff just doesn't look that good. Hard to tell. The running here doesn't look necessarily like the right speed. There's some stuff going on. Keep an eye on it. Maybe it's something. This is pre-alpha footage. Things always change. But yeah, I don't know if I'm necessarily sold on this one right yet. Hopefully, maybe we get a new trailer at Summer Game Fest in one of like the offshoot showcases and see this one. New studio, Indian developer. That's cool. Like, do something different. Gaming can reach everybody. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. Still got to be a good game. Bottom line, got to be a good game. Very cool. As always, guys, thanks so much again for posting the trailers in the subreddit. If you're not in the subreddit, please join. We got to get to that at least 69 number tonight, maybe 70. Can I get 2 people who are watching the stream to just join us on the subreddit? Post one thing, one trailer, one video, whatever you want to do every week. I don't know why these aren't loading, but we'll dive back into some of these next week. Blaze of Fire, Code Violet. Oh, I cannot wait to talk about this one. This game. Remember that trailer we reviewed like, I don't know, 2 months ago? Looked like hot junk. We've got Quantic River. There's more that we're going to get to next week. Totally. Guys, like I said, I will continue on the Expedition 33 bandwagon, continue to bring you guys new videos. We dropped a video this morning, which was our mistakes not to make in the game. I've got a whole Trello board filled with video ideas. I just have to have the time to do them. I'm so excited about it. I am not letting off this game. I love this game. Top 5 game of all time for me. Like I said, Livid's working on a special project. I'm heading up to Montreal to check out a different game middle of this week. And then Nas, our boy Nas, Seth, whatever you want to call him, he is heading to another event next week. So a lot of stuff going on at the channel. We will talk about all of it in our videos on Sunday nights. If you guys, first time joining us, we do these streams every night. I keep saying that. I wish we were doing it every night. That's why I keep saying it. We do these streams every Sunday night around 9:30. Would love for you guys to come back and join me, hang out in real time. You know, when we do videos, it's so polished, it's so whatever, put together. When we stream, it's just me, raw, no filter, no polish. And I like that, right? Like, that's part of the fun of hanging out with you guys, doing something a little bit different. We got a busy week coming up. Be good to one another. Have a great week. We will see you next Sunday for the next stream. And, of course, as always, my name is Kodiak from everybody here at Livid. Everybody here at Livid Gaming, from everybody here at Legacy Gaming. I'm tired, you guys can tell. Myself, Livid, Nas, Thick, Apollo. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was a great stream. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you. Oh my God, what is that? I don't know what just happened. There's like it's a moth. It's just a moth. Woo! That scared the bejesus out of me. I thought it was like it obviously wasn't a pterodactyl, but it looked like a pterodactyl when I'm staring at the camera, and there's this like fluttering thing coming at me. Whew, my heart. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. We will see you next time. Peace.